You can be intelligent, you can be successful, you can be, by all accounts, a good guy, and still be utterly, tragically clueless when it comes to the deep dynamics of attraction with women, consistently making fatal mistakes that silently, systematically kill her attraction and, even more importantly, her respect for you. You're left standing there wondering, what on earth did I do wrong? The answer is simple, yet profound. You broke the unspoken rules, because genuine, lasting, visceral attraction isn't governed by logic or by spreadsheets of your good qualities or by how nice you are. It is governed by a deep, primal, often inconvenient psychology of power, of respect, of perceived value, of masculine and feminine energy dynamics. There are certain behaviors, certain mindsets, that to a woman's subconscious ancient mind scream weak, needy, unreliable, or low value, no matter how smart you are in the boardroom or how many degrees you have on your wall. Today, we are not talking about minor errors in judgment. We are performing a deep, unflinching autopsy on 9 fatal mistakes that even intelligent men make with women every single day. Mistakes that truly smart, aware, high-value men have learned to avoid at all costs. Understanding and ruthlessly eliminating these from your behavior is the fundamental difference between being seen as a high-value potential partner she craves and an easily forgettable, disposable, nice guy she pities. And pay extremely close attention, because mistake number 7 is one that modern society actively encourages you to make, telling you it's the right thing to do, but it is a psychological trap that absolutely destroys her desire for you. This is the truth behind the curtain. Now, before we dive into this critical list, you must understand this crucial paradigm-shifting distinction. This is not about being a good man versus a bad man. That is childish, simplistic thinking. This is about being an aware man versus an unaware man. The unaware man operates on a flawed, broken script given to him by society, by movies, by his mother. He genuinely believes that being endlessly agreeable, constantly available, putting her on an unearned pedestal, and making her his entire world is the noble path to her heart. He is then consistently baffled, frustrated, and embittered when this strategy inevitably fails, time and time again. The aware man, the truly smart man we are talking about today, understands the deeper, unspoken, often uncomfortable game. He understands that attraction is inextricably linked to respect, to challenge, to self-possession, to a man's unwavering purpose. He's not playing manipulative games in the pejorative sense. He has simply achieved a level of mastery over the dynamics of human interaction. He is acutely aware of these 9 fatal mistakes and navigates around them with the precision and confidence of a grandmaster. Our sole objective today is to elevate you from the unaware, frustrated camp to the aware, powerful camp, to hand you the psychological map, the forbidden knowledge that truly smart men use to navigate their romantic lives with success, dignity, and self-respect. Fatal mistake number 1, making her your mission. The mistake: he abandons his own life's purpose, his goals, his hobbies, his very identity, to make her and the relationship the sole, all-consuming focus of his existence. The brutal psychology. This screams neediness, a lack of personal identity, and a profound emptiness in his own life. A high-quality woman is powerfully attracted to a man with a compelling life and a driving mission. She wants to join his exciting, ascending journey, not become the entire journey herself. When she becomes the singular mission, the pressure on her is immense. His attractiveness plummets to 0, and he becomes a burden, not a partner. The smart man's antidote. He continues to relentlessly, unapologetically pursue his own purpose, his own self-development. His life, his mission, remains his ultimate priority. The woman is the most important person in his life. but she is not the most important thing. He graciously invites her into his compelling world. He never abandons his world to orbit hers. Fatal mistake number 2. Abdicating leadership. The mistake. Constantly asking her to make all the decisions, from what to eat, to what to do on a date, to where the relationship is going, in a misguided, weak attempt to be accommodating or not pushy. The brutal psychology. This signals profound indecisiveness and a lack of core masculine energy. While collaboration and consideration are key in a healthy relationship, a woman often on a deep level wants to relax into her feminine energy and trust her man's confident lead, especially in social and logistical situations. Forcing her to always make the decisions is a burden, not a kindness. It makes her feel like she's with another girlfriend, not a capable man. The smart man's antidote. He leads decisively and confidently. He suggests clear, well-thought-out plans. I know a great Italian place with an amazing atmosphere. Let's go there Friday at 8. Wear that dress you love is infinitely more attractive and relaxing for her than the dreaded, I don't know, what are you in the mood for? Fatal mistake number 3. Over-explaining and justifying the mistake. The moment she challenges him, questions a decision, or expresses slight disapproval, he immediately gets defensive and launches into a long-winded, logical, often supplicating explanation to justify his position, his thoughts, or his actions. The brutal psychology. This signals with blinding clarity that he believes her frame of reality, her judgment, is more powerful and more valid than his own. It comes across as deeply insecure and intensely approval-seeking. He's essentially non-verbally asking for her permission to hold his own opinion, to make his own choice, to be his own man. The smart man's antidote. He holds his frame with calm, unshakable confidence. He is comfortable with his decisions and his perspective. He might respond with a calm, "That's just how I see it," or even a playful, challenging, "You'll just have to trust me on this one." But he never feels the compulsive need to write a legal brief defending his position. His confidence is his justification. Fatal mistake number 4. Using her as a therapist. The mistake. Constantly, habitually complaining about his problems, his job, his life, his anxieties, and using her as a primary on-demand outlet for all his negativity and unresolved emotional issues. The brutal psychology. While sharing vulnerability is a crucial part of intimacy, there is a vast difference between sharing a struggle with the intent to overcome it and habitual negative complaining. The latter drains her energy, positions him as a perpetual victim, not a problem solver, and reverses the attractive masculine-feminine polarity. She feels like she has to become the strong, stable, masculine one and fix him or mother him, which absolutely annihilates her sexual attraction for him. The smart man's antidote. He handles his own problems like a man. He has other healthy outlets for venting: trusted male friends, a mentor, a therapist, a journal, the gym. He brings his strength, his stability, and his positive energy to her, sharing his struggles only in a context that demonstrates his resilience in overcoming them, not his helplessness within them. He is her rock, not another stone in her shoe. Fatal mistake number 5. Failing her congruence tests. The mistake. A woman will inevitably test a man's strength, confidence, and emotional composure, perhaps with a challenging comment, a little bit of drama, a playful jab, or by pulling away slightly. The unaware man either doesn't see the test for what it is, or he reacts emotionally, getting angry, defensive, needy, or anxious. He fails spectacularly. The brutal psychology. These tests, often subconscious, are her primal brain's way of gauging his emotional stability and confidence. She is subconsciously asking, is he a solid rock Or is he a fragile leaf that will be blown about by my emotions and the storms of life? Can he handle me? Is he truly as confident as he appears? Passing the test by remaining calm, confident, centered, and often unperturbed, perhaps with a touch of amused indifference, is a massive, almost instantaneous attraction spike. The smart man's antidote. He recognizes the test for what it is. He doesn't react to the surface-level drama. He understands the underlying question being asked. He remains centered, calm, often viewing the test with amused detachment. He passes her tests not by arguing or pleading, but by demonstrating through his unwavering composure that his emotional state is not rocked by her turbulence. He is the mountain. Fatal mistake number 6, becoming predictable and boring. The mistake. Once in a relationship, he gets comfortable. The relationship falls into a monotonous, predictable routine. He stops dating her. He stops being playful and spontaneous. He stops creating excitement and adventure. He becomes completely, utterly predictable and safe in the most unattractive way possible. The brutal psychology. Attraction, especially long-term desire, absolutely thrives on a degree of novelty, mystery, polarity, and excitement. While comfort and stability are essential, pure, unadulterated predictability leads to boredom, stagnation, and a feeling of being just roommates rather than passionate lovers. The spark dies not with a bang, but with a slow, monotonous fizzle. The smart man's antidote. He understands that he must continue to lead and create new, exciting experiences. He maintains a playful, teasing, flirtatious dynamic. He has his own hobbies, his own life, that keep him interesting, growing, and slightly unpredictable. He never, ever lets the romantic chase, the fun, the adventure, completely die. He continues to be the exciting man she fell for. Fatal mistake number 7, self-abandonment. The mistake, the classic nice guy trap, the one society encourages. He consistently, habitually abandons his own legitimate needs, his firm boundaries, and even his core values and principles in order to please her, to accommodate her, and to avoid any potential conflict or disapproval. He becomes a professional people pleaser, a doormat. The brutal psychology. This demonstrates a profound, almost fatal lack of self-respect. And here is an iron law of attraction. A man who does not fundamentally respect himself cannot and will not be genuinely respected by a high-quality woman. It signals that he is willing to be a doormat, which is the absolute antithesis of attractive masculine strength. She may enjoy the short-term benefits of his constant accommodation, but she will lose all respect, and therefore all sexual attraction for him in the long term. She will grow to resent his weakness. The smart man's antidote. He has unshakable, clearly defined boundaries. He respects his own needs, his time, his energy, and his values as much as he respects hers. He understands profoundly that saying no to her when her request violates his core principles or his self-respect is not an act of selfishness. It is a profound act of self-respect that paradoxically makes him more respected and more attractive in her eyes. Fatal mistake number 8, competing for her attention. The mistake. When he senses another man is interested in her or she mentions another man, he immediately enters a desperate competition frame. He starts trying to out-nice the other guy, buy her more things, text her more, or somehow prove that he is the better choice. The brutal psychology. This immediately, catastrophically lowers his status. He is implicitly saying to her, "I do not believe I am inherently enough. I must prove my worth to you against this other man." He is auditioning. The true high-value man, the smart man, does not compete for a woman's attention. His attitude is one of authentic abundance and unwavering self-assurance. The smart man's antidote. He operates from a powerful frame of I am the prize. He remains confident, centered, and unperturbed by potential competition. If she chooses to entertain other men or is unsure, he is completely willing to walk away with his dignity intact, knowing his own immense value and that there are other options. His utter lack of jealous, competitive, reactive behavior makes him seem far more secure, far more powerful, and thus far more attractive. He is the selector, not the selected. Fatal mistake number 9. Killing all sexual tension, the friend zone grave. The mistake. He is so terrified of offending her, of being labeled a creep, or of making a move at the wrong time, that he never, ever introduces any playful flirtation, any suggestive banter, any charged eye contact, or any appropriate physical escalation. All of his interactions with her remain permanently safely neutered in the platonic friendly zone. The brutal psychology. Without a degree of sexual tension, of masculine-feminine polarity, a romantic relationship simply cannot exist. You are, by definition, just friends. By consistently failing to take the risk to introduce that spark, he communicates a lack of confidence, a lack of sexual intent, and forces her, by default, to see him as a non-sexual, non-threatening platonic being. He digs his own grave in the friend zone. The smart man's antidote. He understands how to build sexual tension gradually, respectfully, and with calibration. He uses deep, lingering eye contact. He uses playful, charming innuendo and suggestive, but never crude or disrespectful language. He understands how and when to use appropriate, light physical touch to escalate intimacy. He is not afraid to confidently lead the interaction from a friendly frame into a romantic and eventually sexual frame when the time and her receptiveness are right. He understands that without taking a calculated risk, there can be no reward. Do you see the common unifying thread that weaves through all 9 of these fatal mistakes? Every single one of them is, at its absolute core, a failure of one critical, all-encompassing thing: your frame, your personal reality, your standards, your boundaries, your unwavering self-respect. The unaware man, the man who consistently fails with women, constantly breaks his own frame in a desperate attempt to fit into hers. He seeks her approval, he follows her lead, he reacts to her emotions, he abandons his principles for her comfort, he competes for her validation. He is, in essence, a leaf in her wind. The smart man, the aware man, the man who commands attraction, holds his frame. He is the strong, unshakable, sovereign reality that she finds herself powerfully, irresistibly drawn into. He is the mountain, and she can choose to come to him. Mastering your frame, cultivating that unshakable internal core, is the true master key to avoiding all of these mistakes and many more. It's not about memorizing a long list of rules. It is about embodying a profound mindset of self-respect, sovereignty, and quiet, unshakable power. The 9 fatal attraction-suicide mistakes smart men avoid at all costs, from making her your entire mission, to abdicating leadership, to failing her tests, to abandoning your self-respect, to killing all sexual tension. You now have the map. You now know how to navigate around these treacherous minefields. But this knowledge, this powerful information, is utterly useless without immediate, decisive application. In the comments section below, I want you to make the smart man's pledge. I want you to tell me, which one of these 9 fatal mistakes have you been most guilty of in the past? And what is one specific tangible action you will take this week to begin ruthlessly eliminating it from your life forever? Let's hold each other accountable to a higher standard. Let's commit to our own growth. If this video contains the hard, uncomfortable, but ultimately liberating truths that a friend, a brother, a colleague of yours needs to hear, share it. Stop other good men from unknowingly making these fatal attraction-killing errors. For more deep dive, no BS psychological breakdowns that give you the unspoken rules of attraction, power, and self-mastery, make sure you have absolutely obliterated that subscribe button and have activated all notifications. Your journey to becoming an aware, powerful, and truly smart man has only just begun. Be smart, be aware, be powerful.